Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel Healing and Awakening with Nina Itzel. And today we're going to talk about journaling as a mindfulness practice and one of my all-time favorite tools to cultivate mindfulness, and I hope that you will like it. So let's start with what is mindfulness. Mindfulness is a state of presence when you are observing your internal and external reality at the same time. In the West, I think in the Western society, we are not so familiar with mindfulness and state of presence and these type of practices. And definitely we are so distracted by all the external stimuli all the time that are competing for our attention, and always we are watching something or listening to something or scrolling on our phones or listening to other people, going into the store, so on and so forth. So like 99% of the day, most people focus outside and deal with the external world and process that information, and then we are not looking inside and not feeling and observing and becoming aware what is happening in our internal reality. And this leads to a high amount of stress, as probably most of you experience this at some point in your life, and now it's more and more kind of popular to have some kind of mindfulness practice to come back into a state of balance and health and relaxation in your life. So when you start with some mindfulness practice, most people think about meditation as one of the most obvious mindfulness practice, but I think that that could be very challenging, and in fact it was very challenging for me when I started many years ago. I didn't even understand the concept of what do you mean by not think of anything and empty your mind, like how do you do not have any thoughts, or what is that about? So I even had just struggles to understand and comprehend what is that state of mindfulness or presence. And then you try to sit and meditate and be quiet and think of nothing, and instead you are just thinking about a zillion things, and you think you're gonna go crazy and you're gonna just get more frustrated and disappointed with yourself and feel like a failure, or at least that's how I felt when I was trying to meditate, just out of the blue. So journaling, I think, is a great way to introduce mindfulness into your life. Most people find it even challenging to carve out even 5 or 10 minutes during the day to sit in quiet, and not have any input and just sit and breathe and do nothing. That can be even challenging for most people. So when you journal, you can just keep a daily journal and take some time for yourself, let's say 5 to 15 minutes every day, either in the morning or in the evening. I think it's a good time. There are people who carry their journals with them all the time, and when they have something meaningful, they just jot it down. But whatever way it works for you, there is no good or bad way of doing it. Just have a journal and start getting into this daily practice when you dedicate some space and time and turn off the distractions. So turn off the music, turn off your TV, if you are around people, ask people to give you some space, but it's good to kind of withdraw and either go to nature, go to your room and be quiet and just observe what's happening inside you. So how to journal, to begin with, because that's also something that maybe you are not so familiar. What does it mean to journal? So what does it mean is that you sit down and you observe your body, your thoughts and your emotions, and you write them down. So this can be a good start to shift from this external focus and focusing outside of the time to come within you and start focusing inside of you and just asking yourself the question, how do I feel today? Or if you journal in the evening, then review your day and say, how did I feel today? And I don't mean to write down all the emotions that you went through, because that would be probably impossible to do anyways, but you know, the main emotional states that you experience, that, oh, today I woke up pissed off and I was so aggravated the whole day, or frustrated, or I had a lot of anxiety today that I carried around, or I was really depressed, or today was really a good day and I was joyful and excited most of the time. So just observe the main emotional states that you are going through or you went through during the day, and just write them down, and this will help you to develop this practice of connecting with yourself on an emotional level and asking yourself the question during the day, how do I feel right now? Because I find that most people, when you ask them how do you feel about this, or how do you feel, they will reply of, oh, I think blah blah blah. So they are not even, you know, can distinguish between feeling or thinking. And if you keep pressing how do you feel, they're like, I don't know how I feel, I'm not aware of how I'm feeling. So it's very important that, you know, we develop this type of awareness, and this can be a good tool to start with, that just to write about this and to ask yourself this question, how do I feel right now? And to become aware of your emotional states during the day. Okay, the next one is, what am I thinking about? This is much more tricky. So what am I thinking about? We have, I don't know, like 4,000 thoughts per minute or something. I don't know, like maybe it's not a good number, but we have like huge amount of thoughts and input going through our mind, registered by the unconscious mind every minute. So I'm not suggesting that you observe all of your thoughts and to write them all down, but what I'm referring here is to observe recurring narratives, you know, that are going through your mind. That what is, you know, that is recurring in your mind. And the good way to go about that is connected to the emotional state. So if you are, for example, anxious and, oh, I had this anxiety all day, ask yourself a question, what am I thinking about that makes me feel this way? And then observe your thoughts, and maybe you will find that, oh, it's my inner critic that is telling me that I'm useless, that I can't do this, I'm never gonna succeed, so on and so forth. And start observing these internal narratives that are mostly relating to what people call negative emotional states. I don't like to use this word negative, but let's say lower vibrational emotional states. And just observing the narratives, because the emotions are generated by thoughts and beliefs. So you are thinking about something that makes you anxious, that makes you angry, that makes you frustrated. So what you want to pay attention to, what are those thoughts and recurring beliefs, belief systems and narratives that make you feel this way. So that's a good way to start and go about it, and to develop mindfulness of your thinking pattern and of your conscious and especially unconscious mind, because most of these narratives are in the unconscious. So when you start paying attention to them, you bringing really the light of awareness into that unconscious parts, and you are becoming aware that, oh, I'm thinking these thoughts, and that's why I feel this way. Okay. Another point for journaling is connecting with your physical body. So again, a lot of people are super disconnected from their physical body, and they do not feel, do not sense, you know, what is going on in their bodies. So to create a habit and a practice to ask, how is my body feeling today? Do I have any pain, any discomfort, any tension in my body? Does my body feel soft or hard or flexible or rigid, so on and so forth? What is the temperature of your body? What are the different sensations that you are feeling in your body? So this will help you greatly to connect to your physical body and to start to observe your body and listen to your body, because your body is talking to you. So if you have a pain in your body, a recurring pain or chronic pain, that is a message from your body that wants to say something. Normally it's not so obvious. These messages can be symbolic or might be necessary to decode them or to interpret them, but nonetheless these messages are coming from your body, because your body wants to go always towards equilibrium and balance and health. So when you are out of balance, the body will signal to you in some way and try to tell you that you are out of balance and try to tell you what to do to come back into balance. So again, very important part in journaling, that you are tuning into your physical body and asking, how is my body feeling today? What's going on in my body? What do I experience in my body? What are the sensations in my body? And again, focusing on recurring things that keep coming up for you, that will provide you with valuable information. And then the fourth point for journaling is observe meaningful events. Okay, what's happening in your life? And again, I'm not talking about, oh, I went to the store and I bought this and that and then I met a friend for coffee. Like, not that kind of narrative, you know, like literally writing down your schedule, what you did, but meaningful events, you know, that, for example, I met with a friend and I tried to communicate with this person and they didn't understand my point, and it's always happening to me that I feel that I'm not understood. For some reason, I'm trying to communicate what's happening to me, what's going on in my life, and people don't understand me, and that makes me frustrated or, you know, isolated or lonely or disconnected or whatever. So things, events, meaningful events that are again recurring and that you keep kind of confronting in your life, that keep happening to you, and it's kind of, you know, the same script is keep happening to you. Or for example, it can be getting into accidents. You know, there are some people that are very prone to different accidents, so that can be meaningful events. Again, I get into an accident, this is what happened, I fall down, or I get into a car accident, or I slipped on the floor. So these kind of meaningful events again provide information for you of what's happening into your life, and if you go deeper into them, then you can just, you know, receive more information of what's happening. All right, so this is some tips of journaling and some how to journal and how you can start to cultivate that mindfulness and bringing your attention from the external world into your internal world, and ask yourself these questions: what am I thinking about? What am I feeling? How is my body feeling? What's happening to me, around me, in my life? So on and so forth. And the result and the benefits of this mindfulness practice is obviously getting more connected with yourself, listening to your internal voice, to your intuitive guidance, honoring yourself more, creating more awareness of your internal world. And of course, awareness is the key to change. So if you want to change anything in your life, may that be a habit or a relationship or your job, you will need to have awareness around it, why you are in that situation in the first place. And journaling can be a great way to expand that awareness and to kind of get that extra information that can help you to create meaningful change in your life and come into a greater state of equilibrium and balance. So hope this was helpful for you, and they say that it takes 30 days to create a habit. So I invite you to this challenge, to make a 30-day challenge of journal every day, at least 5 minutes, and see what happens in your life and how you like that. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel, and have a wonderful, magical day. Lots of love to you all.